everyone, welcome back to Unicorn Dust Designs. If you're new, my name is Sammy. On this channel we do DIYs with science. There's always tons of laughter and we're always having a good time. So if you think that's something you'd be into, then make sure you subscribe and let's go ahead and get into the DIYs.
Okay, so we're gonna start off easy with the first one. I got this cutting board at Savers. Oh yeah, I am a professional. You can't waste any of the paint, but we're gonna use this cutting board. I got it from Savers for I think like $2.99. I'm going to try out this Fusion mineral paint that Bonda sent me. I will link her website, of course, and this color down in the description box. It's like the perfect like ivory color, and I really loved the consistency of it. It just was very easy to like work with. That maybe because it's water-based, not sure. But I painted the front, the back, and the sides. I painted the front 2 times. And then after it dried, with the Iod transfers, it says to clear it first. So I'm putting a coat of water-based polyacrylic on it. Let it dry. Now I'm taking their new transfers. These are absolutely stunning. Bonda sent these to me as well. And I'm just going to cut out what pieces I want. I'm going to cut that little butterfly off. And we are going to place our rub-on transfer down. It has a little tack to it, so it won't move around. Then taking my vinyl scraper, you could also use the library card. It comes with like a plastic thing in there as well. And you're just going to start rubbing this down. I like to pull a little piece of the paper up at a time and kind of work that way so I could see, okay, is it going onto the surface? Do I need to rub a little bit more? I'm not going to make you guys watch me do this whole thing. But it's nice because you could add pieces. So like I added the butterfly to it, and then I'm going to burnish it. And you need to do this because there's like a little clear film around the edges. So you want to go around, this is a microfiber towel, and you just want to like rub it into your surface and rub all around the edges. And this is just going to secure your transfer in place. After I do that, I decide to add a little pink lace to the top, tie it in a nice little bow. I'm going to cut that down so we could still see that butterfly. And then I'm going to cut like some thinner strips of my tails, that is just so it's kind of, what do you call it, wispy, I guess you could say. So I do 3 little strips there. And then you guys, after doing this, I was like, oh my gosh, you still have to clear this image. So you guys, that bow was too perfect to untie. So I just like flipped it up, got my polyacrylic, put another coat on the top of it, allowed it to dry, and you have yourself this stunning decorative piece right here. And the transfers are just so detailed, so beautiful. I just can't believe the things that these sisters come up with from Iod. It just amazes me every time I see their line and their products and the quality. So let me know what you think down below.
Hey guys, so for this video, we are going to be using rub-on transfers, inlays, which I kind of consider, I don't want to say it's like it is a transfer. I mean, like you're transferring the inlay from the paper to the paint. So we're going to be trying out a couple different things. I have had these Iod transfers sitting here for a while. Vonda from thepaintedheirloom.com, I'll link her down below, sent me some, and then Iron Orchid themselves sent me the paint inlays. So I really wanted to try them out because there are so many things that you can do with them, like so many things. And like you can do them on Dollar Tree items, things that you have maybe that are outdated around the home that you can just paint and put those on. I have tons of thrifted items over in my collection over here. You guys don't want to see that. And I was like, oh my gosh, let's try all of these out. Let's play around with them, see what works best. I just wanted to have fun with it and show you the possibilities of transfers. And I also have, sorry, I forgot, FolkArt. So FolkArt makes rub-on transfers as well, and those are sold on Plaid's website. So just plaid.com. So there's tons of options where you can get rub-on transfers. So I'll make sure to link, you know, the websites down below in the description box for you. And I hope you guys enjoy these and they make you want to like go out and like try something new. Cause I don't really think I've used, you know, anything but like the smaller Dollar Tree rub-on transfers on my channel. So yeah, so let's continue to have fun with it. And if you guys are enjoying videos like this, then make sure you comment down below and let me know. And you guys know the drill. If you're digging me, if you're digging the channel, if you're digging the DIYs, then make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and let's get back into the DIYs.
This next one is a handmade, so it seems, toolbox that I got from Savers, again, $2.99. And I made a mistake. I cleaned this, I sanded it, I thought it would be fine, but you know what? It's an old piece. I should have used my shellac. Shellac is like a stain blocker. If you have like wood knots, those won't come through. I should have sprayed this entire toolbox with shellac, because what happened was I went and painted this entire thing, and then the tannins and the oils started coming through the paint. So just word to the wise, if it's an older piece, spray it with shellac. So this paint is the DIY paint that I get from upcycledbybrie.com. I will link it down below. This is Farm Fresh. It is an absolutely stunning clay-based paint. And as you can see, as it dries down, it starts to get lighter and lighter, so it's not going to stay this dark, and it turns out absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to paint everything but the sides of this toolbox, and you're going to see why we wait to do these sides. We are going to be using the Iod Paint Inlays, which are brand new from Iod. And what they are, it's essentially like this pattern right here is paint, like it's painted florals on this piece of paper that we're going to transfer to our toolbox. So what I'm doing right here is I'm just laying it on the paper, trying to get as much of those flowers as I can. I'm going to trace it out, and then we are going to cut this image out. You want to save all of your extra paper because we could use that on other projects down the road. And you guys, they just, I mean, they have this one. Iod sent me this one, and they sent me like a blue floral print too. And I know they've come out with more since then. Okay, so now we're going to get our paint. You guys have to work so fast. The paint has to be wet in order for this to work. So work in smaller sections. If you're working on furniture, you would have to cut your paper into pieces. That way you could work in smaller sections. So as you can see, I'm still using the Farm Fresh. And this stuff dries so quick, so I had to work super fast. And then I'm going to get that inlay. I'm going to put it face down. You don't want to play around with the paper too much. You don't want to be like rubbing it all over the place. So you lay it down, then you're going to spritz it with water. Okay, I have a little sprayer, and then I'm going to pat it down with a microfiber cloth. You're going to wait for this to dry. It could take 10 minutes. It could take 30 minutes. Mine took a little bit longer. I think it's because it was so cold in my basement, but you're going to leave it alone. You'll know when it's dry because the paper turns white again. So after this dries, you're going to take your same little water bottle thing. You're going to spritz your paper. You really want it damp, and wait 30 seconds. Then you're going to peel this back, okay? If you find that paper is still sticking, you just spritz a little bit more water on here. Now, with this side, this was my first side that I attempted. You could see that the flowers look a lot more distressed. I'll show you on the end reveal, the other side comes out a lot more vibrant. You save these pieces of paper, you guys, because you can reuse these over and over again. They're not going to be as vibrant, but you can still reuse them. So now taking these molds that Vonda sent me as well, these are also from Iod. They had this beautiful pendant mold with floral, with roses in it. So I was like, oh, I gotta be extra and add a little something more to the front since it's so plain. So I'm just getting my Iod clay. I'm pushing it in my mold. I did put cornstarch in there so that it does not stick to the mold. You guys have to, if you've never looked at the IOD stuff, you have go check out Vonda's website. Seriously, the stuff is amazing. So now I'm gonna cut that excess clay, clay off. Sorry for my big hairdo. Now I'm taking this pink chalk paint. I think it's from FolkArt, and I'm just focusing on all of the raised edges of this pendant. So like the roses, the little beadwork on the edges. I just wanted this super light, super feminine. And then we are going to take our STARBOND thick adhesive, and I'm just eyeballing this here. I was really shocked that I got it pretty darn in the middle. And it just adds like that, just that little touch that it needed. I love it. And this is what it turned out to look like. Look at how beautiful. This is, again, the Farm Fresh from DIY Paint. We have the Paint Inlays by, DIY Paint. Yeah, IOD. And then just that little detail right there. And look, you could see on this side how much more vibrant the paint inlay came out. But you guys, let me know what you think of these paint inlays. I think they're so awesome. Oh, and I did actually dry brush some white wax on there as well. Let me know.
Hey you guys, I forgot to mention that today is Try It Tuesday. Hey girl, do we know what week it is, month it is, day it is? No, not really. So you guys, Try It Tuesday is a challenge that I host monthly, or at least try to, since this pregnancy is crazy. But what we do is us YouTube creators share people that we're inspired by, or like for me today, Try It Tuesday, I am going to be trying, you know, the Iron Orchid designs, the folk art. I'll be attaching all of those links. I'll be attaching Vonda's link, and then all of the creators that are going to be in the playlist, which will be in my description box and my, I'll pin it in my comment section. They will be trying out other creators like DIYs that maybe they see on Pinterest or YouTube, or, you know, blogs, things like that. And then they will be sharing those creators with you. And it gives you a great way of, you know, meeting new DIYers, or maybe blogs you don't know of, or like for me, the different websites that I'm sharing with you today. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure to share the love and check out the playlist so that you can see all these other amazing creators and what they've come out with today. Okay, now back to the DIYs.
This DIY is easy peasy. So this paint color might look very similar to our Farm Fresh, but this is actually DIY paints in Apothecary. And Apothecary is this absolutely beautiful green. I would say Farm Fresh is more of like has like a turquoise undertone to it. And what I'm doing, since this has so many nooks and crannies, I'm just getting my stencil brush from Dollar Tree, and I am stippling it into all of these beautiful details of this frame. I picked up this frame from a garage sale for $1 this summer, and it's so beautiful. So the stippling effect I like because it almost gives it like this cement look, and you'll see what I'm talking about like when I show you the end product. It doesn't like cover the frame all the way. You picking up what I'm putting down? Okay, so make sure you get the sides. You guys know the inside of the frame. All right, now you guys, I'm going to take one of my old pillowcases. You guys know I use these old stained pillowcases. And then I'm going to trace out the glass piece that I took out. We're going to cut out our, this is linen, right? Or is it canvas? I don't know. We're cutting out the fabric, you guys. And then I'm going to, I actually saw this on IOD's YouTube channel the other day. A woman made Christmas trees like this. So I'm taking Nantucket Blue by FolkArt. This is also a chalk paint. You could get it at Hobby Lobby, anywhere they sell FolkArt, plaid.com. And I am just going to coat the top of this fabric. I'm not trying to coat the whole thing. I kind of want it to look a little messy here. You want to, I got my heat gun and I made sure this was dry all the way. I had like the back of it, the front of it. Now, once this was dry, I got this beautiful transfer. This is all out of the same book. and I am going to rub that. Now, this took a little bit more time. I was unsure, like, should I have put polyacrylic on this, like, over the paint? But I remembered that the gal didn't do that. So I just spent a little bit more time. And once I got a little bit of the transfer, like, on there, then it just started coming off, like, super easy. So I finished doing that. And then I will burnish this as well. And I'm just going to burnish this with the paper that she was on. So you'll see me take the paper right here. There we go. And I like burnish her into that paint and that fabric, so I know that she's not going to like peel off or anything. And I didn't clear her. I didn't know if I should or not. Then taking my STARBOND thick adhesive, I'm going to attach my fabric, pop it back into the frame, and then you have yourself this super unique decorative frame. And of course you could pop her picture out and put something in it later, but look at how beautiful this transfer came out on this piece of painted fabric. It's stunning, and the details in her are stunning. So for this next DIY, we're going to use, this is a piece of wood from Michaels. I'm going to use, I think this one was lamp white in the Fusion Mineral Paints. And I am going to coat the front, the back, and the sides with this. I only do one coat because I saw that the wood grain was coming through just a little bit and I was digging it. So for this one, we're going to use the FolkArt Rub-on transfers, which you could get on plaid.com. If I could find this exact one, I will definitely link it down below. All right. So for the FolkArt one, it does not say you have to clear it with anything. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try this one, not put the polyacrylic on first. So I'm just cutting my pieces out, trying to play around with the placement here, see what I like. And then we're going to just do the same thing that we did with all the other ones. We place it on. I'm going to use my scraper. I'm going to take my time, making sure that my, my graphic is down and is going to stay there. So you'll see me, I'll start lifting up one side and I just go slowly, make sure everything is going onto the board and isn't stuck on to my paper. So you can see just a little bit at a time. And then I take our biggest piece, which are these beautiful florals, and I'm going to do the same thing. I won't make you watch me do this entire thing because, look, I'm watching a darn movie, you guys, okay, which I should not be doing because then it takes me 10 times longer to do a craft. I think this whole DIY took me like 2 hours. I'm not joking. All right. So now that I got all my transfers on, I am taking my water-based polyacrylic. I'm going to put 2 coats on the front because this is going to be a tray, so I want it to be very durable. And then I will put 1 coat on the back of it. We'll go ahead and let that dry. Then I'm going to take these cup handles that I got from Hobby Lobby, 50% off, so I think they were like $2 each. And they were just a little bit too yellow for me, so I ended up painting them in that same white. And I will then put them on top of our wood piece, put some screws in there, and screw those down. I do paint the screws the same color as our handles so that it's all cohesive. I would not just leave that silver. And you guys, check out how beautiful this comes out. Girl, look at that. And the thing is, you can't tell these are rub-ons, like, at all. It just looks like a part of one piece. They're absolutely stunning, and they're so, so easy to work with. It's not even, but it's so easy. All right, our last one, you guys. Again, a Savers item. This was, I think, $2.99. I am taking, I believe this is Crystal by Waverly. It is like on the verge of being white, but there's like somebody threw a dash of baby blue in there. So I'm going to coat this. I'm just doing a messy coat. I do want this to look like a little worn with time kind of thing here. And then I am going to do the handles in Nantucket blue. Again, just making a distressed look here. I'm not trying to make it neat. I want it to look like somebody used the handles over and over again. Once that's all dry, I'm going to take another IOD transfer, again from the same booklet, and I'm going to wrap that around. I'm going to secure it with some tape so that it doesn't move anywhere. And then I'm going to start using my scraper to transfer this. Now, I do start, you guys, what am I trying to say? I don't know. I start working with like the whole thing at once, and then I end up getting scissors and cutting small, like just cutting a small slit in the top about like 5 rows down. That way I could see right here, I could work in smaller sections instead of like one larger section, and then I would take the chance of peeling this entire transfer off and then messing up the placement. So after this is secured onto our rolling pin, I burnish it just like I did all the other ones. I take my polyacrylic water base. We're going to just give this one coat. It's going to be a decorative piece. Nobody's going to be using it for anything. I get the handles and I get the base. And y'all, like, look at how cute this piece came out to be. And of course, it's not for use. It's going to be somebody who really, you know, enjoys decorating their kitchen. And imagine like a bunch of these. Oh my goodness. You guys, let me know what you think about this transfer, this rub-on transfer video. All the links are going to be down in the description box. I hope you have an amazing Christmas. And thank you guys so much for spending your time with me. Bye.
I changed my shirt. Definitely a Valentine's Day shirt, but nobody really has to know. Maybe I should go back so you could actually see it. This is like I Love Christmas shirt. It's not from Valentine's Day. So that was the first, or now, okay. Oh gosh. Like, does it get old hearing the same like intro over and over and over again? Like, should I be changing it up? What do you say? I don't know. Okay. Yes, girl. Look, you just filmed 2 intros in one day. Like, Mama's having a good day. Now you actually have to work and like get DIYs done. So let's see you do that, and then let's give ourselves a pat on the back, right? Okay, sounds good. All right, bye you guys.